Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing, or hope you had an amazing day. I just wanted to get on and do another encouraging word. Today is going to be a good one. It definitely ministered to me, so hopefully it does the same for you. And if it has done the same for you, I just ask that you would just so kindly share this video with someone, just to give them the hope and the encouragement that they need to continue on in this thing we call life and on their Christian walk, because it's very difficult. So today's message is to not turn back. And what do I mean by that? You may have just given your life to Christ, or you may have been in this thing for a couple years and you have been thinking that life was so much easier pre-Christ, before you knew Christ, before you gave your life to Christ, before you encountered Christ. Things were easier. But let me just remind you that that is a lie from the pit of hell. That is a lie flat out from the pit of hell. He wants you to think that life was easier before Christ because he wants to keep you bound. He does not want you to fulfill what God has called and positioned for you to accomplish on this earth. Need I remind you of the story of Lot and his wife? They had just escaped the devastation and the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And Lot's wife decides that she wants to turn back and look. And mind you, it was stated that they had to keep going forward, but she decided to stop and look back. And that is when she was turned into a pillar of salt. That's not to say that we're going to turn into pillars of salt because we decide to turn back to what we deem as comfortable or easier. However, when we decide to look back on what life was like before we knew Christ, that's only going to lead to our destruction in the end. One of my favorite scriptures, Matthew chapter 7, and it talks about the highway to hell and the gateway to life. And the highway to hell is wide because so many people decide they want to do their own thing. They want to live life the way they want to live it. YOLO, you only live once. Do you, boo. Do whatever you got to do. However, the gateway to life is narrow. It's very difficult and only a few ever find it. So if you're feeling the way that you do, know that you're not alone. It was never meant to be easy. This Christian walk is never meant to be easy. It's so worth it. Giving my life to Christ back in 2016 has been the best decision I've ever made in my life. But I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that it's been a cakewalk. It's not. People look at me and they say, you're young. You're only 26. Life was so much easier before. I'm like, why do I choose to continue on in this walk, in this journey? And the reason that I do, because I know that something is on the other side of me continuing this walk. If I consistently stay obedient to what God is calling me to do and positioning me to do, then I will experience his glory and his miracle working power in my life like never before. And my life prior to Christ is all that's going to be wiped out, and I'm going to see what God's going to do in my life because he's all powerful. He can do way more than what I think he can, or he can supersede that, and he's going to do it for you too. So I just pray for you that you would just continue to hold on. I know it's hard. We are in this together. I know it's difficult. I know you want to go back to what was comfortable, but let me just remind you again, don't conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to renew your mind daily. So I just want to encourage you to not turn back. There are so many people depending on you to hold on and to keep pushing and to keep doing what God has called you to do. You may think it's insignificant now, but when God starts to peel back the layers, your eyes will be open and you'll be so thankful you did not give up in the fight. So I love you guys so much. I hope this encouraged you. Please share if it has. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.